see that my lighting is off, and it's just it's so simple that the smallest of adjustments can make things go right. Sometimes it all depends on where I'm sitting. Hello, one viewer. Thanks for watching. Please just ignore what's going on. I have been rushed unnecessarily. I'm trying to make it right, and I am only making it worse. Ah, la 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 la, la 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 la. And that's not working either. That's supposed to show this. And it's not. All right, I'm not stressing. Oh, it just shows up on its own. That's nice. I'm not stressing. There's no need to stress. It's all good in the hood. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. It's me, T-Bone, from the Lunsb Show with T-Bone and Chick Brew. It is race day, and in the second row, two red cars. They're starting in the second row, but they're gonna finish first and second. It's the United States Grand Prix there in Austin, Texas, at the Circuits of the Americas, and it's all about the red ones. Well, hello, Mr. Zeus. Thanks for joining us. As usual, this is the Supplemental every Sunday at 10:30. We get together to start your Sunday morning off right. Hello, Brian. It's good to see you as always. Stick around for the trivia because you're pretty good at it, and I like it when people are good at it. You've been missing us for a couple of weeks. We have gone finally 7 for 7. We've gone 7 for 7 2 weeks in a row. Count them, 1, 2. We start the Supplemental off the same way every week with your national days of the week, telling you what days you could celebrate in the upcoming future, beginning with domani, tomorrow, the 21st, is National Pumpkin Cheesecake Day. I am a fan of pumpkin, and I am your basic. I'm basic, and I like me some pumpkin. And this is the time of the year when you can have some. I also like me some cheesecake. So you make that pumpkin and you swirl it into a cheesecake. National Pumpkin Cheesecake Day, the 21st of October. Moving on to the 22nd, chicks dig 'em, boys get 'em. It's National Scar Day. I'm about to get a new scar, like a significant scar. And I'll be showing that off to anyone that wants to see it. You want to see my new scar? Also, the name of a great villain in The Lion King. No, perhaps it is you, Mufasa. The 23rd, I am so looking forward to the 23rd of October. Not only is it the birthday of someone I love, it is National Slap Your Coworker Day. Y'all better stand by. Here's what I recommend. If you work with me, you better call in sick, because I got an excuse to just come around and everybody. Backhand, forehand, you're going to get it, son. It's National Slap Your Coworker Day, the 23rd of October. It is on the 24th. I'm going to tell you that it has a first name, and it's OSCAR. It also has a second name. It's MAYER. And if you love to eat it every day, well, I'm going to ask you, it's why I say that Oscar Mayer has a way with National BOLOGNA Day. You heard it first. The 24th, National Bologna Day. On the 25th, you got to wash that bologna down. Do it with some sparkly grapes. It's National Champagne Day. Start your day off right. Mimosas for everyone. On the 26th, we are going to the Cracker Barrel. I almost called it the name that RJ calls it, and I cannot do that. I am not allowed to do that because of, this. But it's always up here. It's always, do you say the N-word all the time? Up here. Not here, up here. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to tell you. My friend, Big Baby, RJ, he has a great joke about the opposite of the Cracker Barrel. And why are we going to go to the Cracker Barrel on the 26th, my friends? Because it's National Chicken Fried Steak Day. And the only thing I ever get at the Cracker Barrel is chicken fried steak. Because I love chicken fried steak. And she never makes it for me. So I have to go to strangers and ask them to make it for me. And finally, on the 27th of October, get your gift cards ready. It's time for National Mother-in-Law Day. Or as I call it, every day. Now, I am very fortunate. Chick Brew is very fortunate. Both of us are very fortunate in that we have mother-in-laws that we actually love. No bad jokes about mother-in-laws here, because I love my mother-in-law, and I treat every day like National Mother-in-Law Day. But the 27th, you have the opportunity to do it too. It's National Mother-in-Law Day. Good morning, everybody. Good to see you out there. We're going to be getting to your trivia in just a moment. What I quickly want to talk to you about as far as your community service events, your community service awareness events, is yesterday, well, me and Zeus decided to go out and smell some critters. They had treats, they had snacks, and they had critters. That's what they offered, and that's what we saw. Zeus got to smell a goat for the first time. The goat got to smell Zeus for the first time. He smelled some bunnies. He smelled some other dogs, butthole first, because that's what dogs do. And we had a good time and a wonderful story that I'm not going to waste here. I'll tell you on the lunsb show that we're taping later today. But, yes, so we went out there and in support of the Lodge on Sawmill. The Lodge on Sawmill is a farm animal rescue. And yes, every time I say it with a bit of a smile. These are farm animals, and these wonderful people are rescuing the farm animals. So if you have the opportunity, if you didn't get out there to do it yourself, you can always support them with a little monetary donation or a little encouragement. Just go for the lodgeonsawmill.com or look them up on Facebook, the Lodge on Sawmill. Lodgeonsawmill.com. Or the Lodge on Sawmill. Brandon and not Luther. Something similar to Luther. Luthen, Brandon, and bucka. Hold on. I may have it right here. Just give me a second. Asher. I was not even close. Brandon and Asher run the Lodge at Sawmill. They're a fantastic couple. Give them a hand. Help them out in any way you can. Look them up for the Lodge on Sawmill.com or look them up on Facebook, The Lodge on Sawmill. There you go. So that's our community service event. And now we go into this week in history, trivia style. It is 7 questions. I do not know the answers. And I cannot have that there because then you would see what I see. Can you see what I see? And get back over to here. There we go. I have one comment, and it's a lovely heart shape from my friend Brian, who I hope at this point has AC. And my color is all jacked up. I see it. I'm not even stressing it. Oh, I almost fixed it. It doesn't like red, so I'm gonna back it out. I don't care. I don't care anymore. Whoa. I never switched that over, so you couldn't even see that. And even if I did switch it, oh bugger. Ignore what you see here. Didn't work. Don't care. I don't care. I'm not stressing over that. It's a beautiful Sunday. I'm not stressing. I am going to go into your national. Nope. That's wrong. I'm going to go into the history events quiz. The history. Here we go. just moving on. On October 13th, 1792, the cornerstone of what famous building in Washington, D.C. was laid? October 13th, 1792, the cornerstone was laid for what famous building? I do not believe I am going to go 7 for 7 this week. The options are the White House, the U.S. Capitol, the Lincoln Memorial, or the Washington Monument. Now, I'm going to wait for your answers, and I'm going to talk you through mine. I do not believe in 1792 they were erecting a monument to Abraham Lincoln. Eliminated, gone, out of there. I also don't believe in 1792 they were making a monument for His Royal Highness, Presidente Numero Uno. Hey, James, good to see you. I don't believe they were making a monument for Washington. So there, eliminated. It's gone. Down to a 50-50 choice. Is it the White House or is it the U.S. Capitol? Mr. Taney jumps in with the Capitol. They don't have they didn't have the elevator for the Washington Monument. Is it the Washington Monument? No, is it the White House or is it the U.S. Capitol? Is the dilemma that I am having. I could flip a coin and be right or wrong. I'm going to agree with Mr. Taney. Why? Because he's a pretty smart guy, and I have no difference. I have no idea. I'm going to go with the U.S. Capitol. That's question number one. Question number two. On October 14th, 1947, what pilot became the first person to break the sound barrier? What's its house burned in the Civil War, so maybe. No, that's not right. Stop it. Go with your first answer. We made that mistake before. Question number two. October 14th, 1947, what pilot became the first person to break the sound barrier? Was it, here's your multiple choice options, Amelia Earhart, Chuck Yeager, Howard Hughes, or John Glenn? Mr. Taney pops in immediately with Chuck Yeager, and I think he does that because he's right. We know it's not Amelia Earhart. What did she do? She, I almost crossed the line there. I saw the line I was getting ready to cross while I look at the camera that's not there, and I pulled back. So it's one of those moments where I'm proud of myself. Was it Amelia Earhart? No, it wasn't. She's famous for getting lost. She's not famous for breaking the sound barrier. Was it Howard Hughes? No, he was famous for retaining his urine and growing his fingernails long, not breaking the sound barrier. Was it John Glenn? It could be. Was it Chuck Yeager? It is. It is Chuck Yeager. U.S. Capitol, Chuck Yeager. I feel like maybe we could go 7 for 7. Let's find out together. Question number 3. October 15th, 1993. What African leader was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize alongside F.W. de Klerk? I don't even have to look at the multiple choice answers. I know who this is. Do you? October 15th, 1993, this man was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize along. It is not Obama, Mr. Taney, but that's funny. This man was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 1993 alongside F.W. de Klerk. Well, if you knew your Lethal Weapons movies, you would know that that person is Mandela. Here are your options. We'll see if I'm right or wrong. Was it Mandela? Obama. Was it Desmond Tutu? Was it Thabo Mbeki? Or Robert Mugabe? I don't think Robert Mugabe has ever gotten a Nobel Peace Prize because he's pretty famous for murdering his opposition peacefully. Was it Mandela? Was it Tutu? Was it Mbeki? Or was it Mugabe? Mugabe. My answer is Nelson Mandela. Terrorist necklacing is terrible. We'll have to talk about that, Mr. Taney. He's got an opinion, obviously, there. On October 16th, 1964, which Asian country conducted its first successful nuclear test? I disagree with you. Mandela did not do the killing. He was in prison. He couldn't do the killing in prison for 27 years. Yeah, we got to check your history books. I think you are wrong on this one. And I respect you and I like you. I think you might be wrong on this one. Moving on, October 16th, 1964. What Asian country conducted its first successful nuclear test? Here are your options. Was it India? Was it China? Was it Pakistan or North Korea? India, China, Pakistan, North Korea. We are moving on from question number 3. This is question number 4. What Asian country conducted its first successful nuclear test? Well, shoot. It's 64. And out of the options that we have available, I know that once India gets its first nuclear weapon, Pakistan was right behind it. North Korea, I don't think had gotten there yet. I'm going to go, me personally, I'm going with China. I want to say China in the Trump voice, but I think it's India. You can just say China in Trump voice, and I will read it that way. But you're guessing India, correct? I think you're wrong. Like you're doing a lot of wrong things today. Question number 5. Remember, there's only 7. Don't get bored just yet. Question number 5. October 17th, 1989. 1989. A major earthquake struck the San Francisco Bay Area just before a World Series game. Oh, come on, man. What was the magnitude of the earthquake? Over the years, I've taught people how to take tests. And, oh, hey, Tegan. Tegan, you could benefit from this because I have taught people over the years how to take a Navy-wide advancement exam. And I teach them little tricks like this. He says Northridge 7.6. Not even an option. So you're wrong there. Wait until I give you the options, James. When you are presented with a multiple choice question that is full of numbers and you do not know the answer, then here is the process of elimination. Because I teach them to take tests from the test writer's perspective. And the hardest thing for a test writer to do is come up with 3 wrong answers. So what do you normally do? You've got the right answer. Okay, now I need to come up with 3 wrong answers. Here's one above, here's one below, and here's one close to it. So here we go. Oh, you should have listened to me first then, Tegan. The options are 6.2, 6.9, 7.5, or 8.0. James is close. He guessed 7.6. Was it 6.2, 6.9, 7.5, or 8.0? The San Francisco Bay World Series earthquake of October 17th, 1989. Now, I'm going to remove 6.2 because that's the lowest number. I'm going to remove 8.0, and then I'm left with 2 numbers. It's either 6.9 or 7.5. I believe if there was an earthquake that hit San Francisco and it's on the Richter scale, it registered as 6.9, I think there would have been way too many jokes about that. So I'm through the process of elimination, my guess, very close to Mr. Taney's, who is now saying 7.5. I am also going to say 7.5. Question number 6. I've got a good feeling about this week. I think we could go 7 for 7 3 weeks in a row. Tegan, do you got a guess? Do I need to read the answers to you again? Or are you just here to make your comments? Let me know quickly before I move on. Question number 6. October 18th, 1867. My mouse is moving for no reason all by itself. I'm watching this happen. October 18th, 1867, the United States officially took possession of what large territory? October 18th, 1867, the United States officially took part of what large territory? I'm going to give you your options, and then after you have a chance to answer, I'm going to give you my answer. Mr. Taney's already saying Alaska. 1867. That's a good guess. Hawaii is also an option. Texas is also an option. And Louisiana is also an option. Mr. Taney is referring to Seward's Folly, which Secretary of State James Seward did purchase Alaska. Super, super cheap. Best deal we ever made, except for, a couple of corn husk and beans for Manhattan. But Alaska was a good one, too. October 18th, 1867, the United States officially took part of what large territory? He's going with Alaska. I don't think that occurs until a little bit later. I'm going with the Louisiana purchase. I'm going with Louisiana. That's my guess. He's going with Alaska. Tegan is going with Tardy. She's going with Tardy. We know it wasn't Texas, and we know it wasn't Hawaii, okay? Okay, because Texas was a part of the Louisiana purchase, and Hawaii is many, many years later. Tegan is also going with Louisiana. Thank you for chiming in. Finally, I shouldn't have to beg you for your answers. I'm not Julie Chen. On October 19th, 1781, the British Army under General Cornwallis surrendered, effectively ending the American Revolutionary War. Mr. Taney is accusing Miss Tegan of cheating. Where did Cornwallis surrender? October 19th, 1871, British Army under General Cornwallis surrendered, effectively ending the American Revolutionary War. Where did it take place? Was it at Yorktown, Saratoga, Boston, or Philadelphia? Now, Mr. Taney is pretty up-to-date on his history stuff. He might be wrong on the Nelson Mandela thing and Alaska. He might be wrong on those. But I don't think he's wrong on this. He says Yorktown. I also believe it to be Yorktown. I believe Cornwallis surrendered at Yorktown. We will give the gym rat, Miss Tegan, an opportunity. Care about the questions or be winning something to cheat. Oh, now we don't care about Tegan's answers because she doesn't care about us. Not cool, Tegan. They keep getting sailors hurt at Naval Weapons Station, Yorktown Naval Weapons Station. Here we go. You've got my answers. You've got your answers. Whether you're watching it now or in the future, here are the answers. Question number 1. We all got it wrong. From the get-go, man. I was really looking forward to going 7 for 7. And then to get it wrong on the very first question, that hurts. The White House, not the Capitol. That's where the first cornerstone was laid on that date. It was Chuck Yeager who broke the sound barrier. It was Mandela who was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize along with F.W. de Klerk. It was China that detonated the first Asian nuclear weapon, not India, Mr. Taney. It was a 6.9. We all got that wrong. Maybe because San Francisco and 69 don't go together is the reason why we won't forget it. But I will not forget it in the future. If you ever ask me again how much that earthquake was, I'll tell you. It was a 6.9 in San Francisco. And Mr. Taney got Alaska correct, whereas me and Tegan got that wrong choosing Louisiana. I did think it was a little too late, but hey, you got to live and learn. And finally, I think we all guessed Yorktown. So none of us went 7 for 7 this week, but it's still a great way to start your Sunday, isn't it? Just sit down, find out what the national days of the week are, do some community service notes, and play a little trivia with your friends. That's what we did. That's how we started out our Sunday morning. I remind you today, as I remind you every day, just be the best person that you can be. And if you were a great person today, be an even better person tomorrow. Chick Bruce sends her love. New episode of the lunsb Show to be released very, very soon. And a new episode of the lunsb Show to be taped today. So we'll get that out to you as soon as we can. In the meantime and in between time, stay safe, everybody.